Good morning. How's everybody today? I just want to go into a topic I want to talk about. It's been on my head and on my mind lately. It's relationships. So I've been in relationships for the last 9 years with somebody I love very deeply. I mean, we've had our ups and downs and things, but here lately, I started feeling like things aren't the same, like things are different. And, of course, you get into this, your gut feeling, and you start looking around, and you start noticing things. Then you pick up their phone, and of course you find some things you really don't want to find. And of course, I found something I really didn't want to find, and it really hurt me. But where do you go from here? Like, how do you pick up and go from here? Like, there's so much that's in your head at the time that you're thinking about it, and it doesn't go away. You can tell yourself it's going to go away. You can wish that it can go away, but it doesn't. It really don't. You sit and you stew over it, and sometimes you're all right, and then other days you're not. See, I've had up and down days here lately with it. I love this man, but like I said, where do you go from here? I don't feel like he's being honest with me, with telling me how he truly feels, because your actions speak louder than your words always. They always have. Your actions will always say more than your words will ever. You can lie with your words, but you can't lie with your actions. And that's, when I keep reading on his actions, and I keep asking, and I ask him all the time, like, what's going on? I mean, are you happy? I don't think you are, because you can tell when somebody's happy. You can tell when they're enthusiastic. Now, I mean, this is a bit personal in my life, but even, our sexuality is not always there because, of course, we have a teenage son in the house. Me, personally, I don't care to have sex with my children in the house. I don't know about y'all, but it's just me. It's something. And especially when it's your son, he's 17. It's not like when he was young and didn't know what you were doing, and, nap time was nap time. Now it's bed squeaks, your walls shake, or, you make noises or whatever, they pick up on this stuff. And you ever was a teenager that remembered, when your parents had sex and how you felt? I really personally felt disgusted. I was like, ew, this is fucking nasty. But, okay, so, our sexuality hasn't been there either, because, of course, like I said, we have a 17-year-old son. So, okay, he works nights and I work days, so, of course, our times are always off, but we do have some time in between, but in that in-between time, we never have alone time. But, then again, is sex really that important in a relationship? Like, really? I mean, to some people, yeah. But to me, no. It's not. I'm not really a sexual person. Sometimes I think that might be something wrong with me. But I don't think there is. I just think some people were introduced to sex in a good way and others not. And I was on one of them lines that, sexuality just wasn't really introduced to me in a good way. So maybe that's my problem. But I'm 41. I have no need for counseling anymore. Matter of fact, I'm in counseling, and I counsel my counselor. She don't counsel me, I counsel her. So, in relationships, you have all these issues and all these things, and then you look out and you see these people that have been together for 63 years, and you wonder, how in the hell did you do it? My grandmother, God rest her soul, she's still here, but my grandfather just passed, as everybody knows. I've explained that before. 63 years. Can you really imagine being with the same person 63 years? And see, I really thought I could. And I did. But now, it's there with me, but you wonder if it's there with him now. And I mean, I'm using my own relationship for this, for this talk, because I mean, shoot, I haven't had no good relationships, that's for sure. I mean, all my relationships have been pretty dramatic, I'll put. My daughter's father, I was with her for, quite a little bit. Got pregnant young, of course, we were young. So I don't really count that relationship too much because we was kids. We was kids having kids and we didn't know. Now, as I got older and I met my son's father, now that I spent 8 years with, and 8 years, I will say, of the first 4, great. 3, great. The last, oh my goodness, it was hell on wheels. Honey, I went through cheating, I went through lies, I went through drugs, I went through, you name it, I went through it. And I wasn't innocent on that, and I'm not saying I was. Because I was just as wild and crazy as he was, because it was like, you're gonna do it, so am I. But where'd it get me? Nowhere. It got me heartache. It got me pain. It did give me a blessing of my son. I love the fact I got my son. He was like the best thing out of the whole relationship. But I also learned things from Jesse. I learned a lot from Jesse. You can't play no game on me. This man played more games than a little bit on me, let me tell you. And you just can't do it no more because I come smart to it. So then, so that was 8 years, long 8 years. And then I didn't even give myself any time to mend or, reflect or anything. I just moved on to another relationship real quick. Just figured, you know what, I want to get over this real quick. I'm going to go into another one. Big mistake. So I get with somebody. Not only is he younger than me, he's 8 years younger than me. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't think I was thinking to begin with. But neither here nor there. So, and not only do I get with this man, or boy, you might as well say, I married him. Like, what the hell was I thinking? But I did. So, of course, me being me, I'm going to try and make it work. Because that's just the person I am. I'm like, above and beyond, like dedicated to the end. I can do this, all in. Oh, maybe I can change it. But guess what? No, I couldn't. Well, needless to say, 8 years, another drug addiction. And of course, my drug addiction became involved in a lot of loss, a lot of heartaches, and a lot of lessons learned. Not so much of a heartache as in me or him, or as in on Dominic, because I gotta say he's seen a lot then. But I never lost my bond with them, so I don't really say anything too much about, bad or negative, I mean, he had a rough life, don't get it twisted, 2 men that wasn't really shit, and mom that was addicted to pills, and then, went downhill. But I never showed it. I never let him see it. He seen it, but he didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so, needless to say, we ended up splitting about 8 years later. Well, by the time then, I said, that's it. I need time to myself. So I took an actual year off from relationships, from problems, from anything. I took that year off just to be me and Dom. And we had a great year. A great year. We had fun. We had a great time. And then I guess when I thought I was ready, God put Lenny in front of me. Now, there was, some things about Lenny that I've known. I've known Lenny for a long time. But I didn't know him like I know him now. But I knew him. I knew of him. And we've had our ups and downs especially. But you know what? Out of all the men I could say that I have been with and been in a relationship with, he is the one I can honestly say I'm really, really in love with. And I'm sorry because I'm starting to get a little choked up. So if you hear me getting choked up, it's only because, it's hurtful. It is. It's hurtful because this man that I do want to spend the rest of my life with and stuff, I know this isn't happy no more. And I don't know what I did or what I didn't do to make him unhappy or happy. And I don't know where to go from here now. So, like, I'm just lingering in time. And then, of course, you know, you have life on top of it. You know, everything you're going through and stuff you have on your mind and stuff you're thinking of and just everything. But it never, like, you never really think of one thought, or at least I don't anyway. I'm scattered brain from hell. But it's been weighing really heavy on me lately, and I had to talk about it because it's hard to, you know, relationships is hard. It's complicated, you know, because it's not just you you're thinking about, and it's not just you you're talking about. It's this other person. It's other person's feelings, you know, and they have a voice, they have an opinion, they have a feeling. But when you have no communication, how do you know, jump from that level? Because that's the thing. Our communication is our problem. Neither one of us talk to one another. We would rather just, you know, lash out, let each other out, you know, let it out here and there, and then go about its way and then forget it ever happened. And see, that's my problem too, because I let it. But see, I made a promise this year to myself that I was going to change, and I've been sticking to that promise. You know, one of the promises I made to myself was, if you're not helping yourself, then I'm not helping you no more. You know, I have gave my time, my effort to people, my love to people, my all to people. And, like, I give it, but, like, I think I give it too much to where they just get so used to it that they're like, fuck it, I ain't got to do this. She got me. You know? And that's my fault, because I feel like I'm enabling them now. So now I got to back up and regroup and make them understand that I'm not backing up from you because I don't want to be around you or I want to be a bitch or hurt you. I'm backing up because I want you to grow and be able to do things on your own. But another one of the promises I made, that was just one. The other promise I made was I was not going to let people take my niceness for weakness anymore. And that's in relationships, that's in friendships, that's in family, that's in anybody. I can't do it no more. I just can't. I've done it all my life and I need to change it. So, you know, this is me saying I'm changing this. I'm changing me. But while I'm changing me for the best, things around me aren't. And maybe, you know, maybe I'm not seeing it, or maybe they're not up to my speed yet. But I don't want to just throw 9 years away for it either. So I'm just at this standstill right now, like at this puzzle. Like, I'm standing in the middle of a field and I'm trying to scream and nothing's coming out because I don't know what needs to come out right now. And I know, you know, I'm a very religious person. You put everything in God's hands and God will show you the way. And I'm a definitely firm believer. God will show you the way. He always does. You know, he's always with you even when you think he's not. And he always shows you a path even when you think he's forgot about you. But like I said, relationships are complicated. They're hard. They're everything that is, you know, they're everything you're not. Because relationship, you gotta come out of your comfortability with things. You gotta step out of yourself sometimes in situations and see things on an outside level. So, you know, I'm just at this standstill right now. And I mean, I don't know if anybody else is going through this. And if you are, chime in, you know, leave a comment. You got advice for me? Leave a comment. I wanted to talk about it and, you know, let out some of the things I got on my mind about it. You know, it might not be the topic of a podcast is supposed to be, but hey, I don't know really what it is. Like I said, I'm just starting this, so I'm just winging it right now, guys. But thanks for letting me talk. My time's almost up. I have like 28 minutes left. So everybody have a great afternoon. I love you. Thanks for listening to Real Talk with Tinamarie, and I'll chime in tomorrow. Bye.